Okay, so I'm back. Anyways, yeah, so just like I was saying, I think if at any point in time you can't hear me, you can't see me again, please make sure you let me know. So, for those that don't know me, my name is Bimsola Ojo, and okay, no audio. Is that true? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, some people are saying they can't hear anything. Is that correct? Some people are saying we can. Okay, how do I know now? Okay, audio is back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, anyways, without wasting too much time, please go ahead and give us your questions in the chat in the Slido link, and I will go through everything one after the other and do my best to answer all your questions. So I was just giving a bit of introduction for those that don't know me. My name is Bimsola Ojo and I'm founder of Cloud Booster Academy. What we do at Cloud Booster is to turn you into a competent cloud DevOps professional within 18 weeks of being with us. So we've helped a lot of people. They have their success stories. People have gone from not knowing anything at all about technology to actually becoming, cloud DevOps engineers, passing their AWS solutions architect exam, and landing job opportunities. We're based in the UK. Apart from Cloud Booster, I have my regular 9 to 5 job as well. So I am going straight into the questions now. Please make sure you ask your questions. I'll do my best. I'm the one on the hot seat tonight. Okay, so someone is asking, would each virtual lecture be recorded and sent to every student after each class? Does Cloud Booster have a pound sterling account domiciled in Nigeria? Very good question. Yes. The answer to the two questions is yes. So please, for the person that asked that question, I'm assuming that you're a student, you want to make payments, please Cloud Booster Academy, just get in touch with us. Let's put the link for people who let's put the link to contact our program advisors in the chat box. So the answer to the first question is yes. So for those of you that don't know, the way we run our classes is that every Saturday you have virtual live classes with us. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just plan for 5. You might finish earlier. You're with us all day, and it's not a boring lecture. Like you're going to be, we'll teach you theory, we'll teach you practical. So for the theoretical lectures, it's recorded, and then no matter how large the class is, you will always be in a breakout room of, about 6 to 8 people. And in those breakout rooms, after we finish teaching a particular topic, we have the practical session on that topic. You must have heard me say is that we don't do Lacram Lapla Cloud Booster. It's theoretical, so it's practical rather. So you do your theory and then you go into, after 1 hour, you're in your breakout room with your facilitator and you're building solutions on the cloud. So we usually record all the lecture sessions. So we upload it to our learning management system called Thinkific, and then you can watch the replay anytime. So even if you miss any class, you can watch the replay. Yes, we have a pound DOM account. Please, if it's not in our brochure, Cloud Booster Academy, kindly update it on our brochure if that is your preferred mode of payment. To make payments, we have USD accounts, we have euros account, we have pounds accounts, DOM accounts with GTB Nigeria, and then we have Naira accounts, and then we also have PayPal if you prefer to pay using PayPal, but there are charges. You'll be advised on the charges. And then we also have a regular pounds account that has a sort code and account number if you prefer to do that. Thank you for that question. Second question, any assurance of getting remote job opportunities through Cloud Booster after this program? Would mock interview sessions be included in this program? The answer to the first question, assurance, when it comes to assurance, I'm always very clear about this. What you get out of Cloud Booster is dependent on what you put in. So I'm not going to tell you that, oh, when you finish your training with us, automatically there's a job. What if you don't come to lectures? What if you don't take it seriously? But okay, let's talk about the situation where you actually go through everything that we've told you. You did all your lectures, did all your assignments, you've gone ahead, you've gotten certified and everything. Yes, there are opportunities that we would position you for. We usually send you newsletters once you join the alumni community to know the kind of roles that you can apply for. Yes, mock interview sessions are part of your program. You can ask people that have been with us at Cloud Boost that have gone through our program. We do your CV. We give you extensive lectures on how to put together your CV based on what you've done with us at Cloud Booster, because when you are with us at Cloud Booster, you're basically working as a cloud DevOps engineer. So it's not like just training. You actually have work experience. We give you reference. So we would not only teach you how to update your CV, we'll have a CV review session with you and an interview simulation session where we actually simulate, what to expect in a job interview. So that way you're well positioned, to get the job. But again, everything you get out is dependent on what you put in. So I trust that you're going to come in, put in your very best, and then you get the best out of the program. Okay, the next question. Hello, I'm Kende. Please, what's the difference between cloud DevOps and DevOps engineering? Okay, the question was asked twice. Okay, so I've said this so many times, but I'll try and say it again. When we talk about cloud computing, just think about renting resources Think of, anytime you think of cloud computing, just think of Google Drive. Everybody here has used Google Drive before, I assume. So instead of you to have a picture on your laptop, for example, if you have a picture stored on your laptop, it's only when you have your laptop you have access to the picture. But if you have your picture stored on Google Drive, every time you have access to Gmail, access to internet, all you need is your login details. You can use your friend's laptop. You can use a cyber cafe. You would always have access to that picture. That's what cloud computing is all about. So we don't want organizations to have laptops and servers everywhere where they are storing their data. All they need is to be able to access the data when they need it. So we have major cloud providers: AWS, Amazon, Microsoft Azure, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. These are your major cloud providers. So they are the ones that own all the servers. And when other organizations want to access their data, they just log into the public cloud providers. So, and it's a pay-as-you-go model. We have so many videos on YouTube on what is cloud, what is cloud computing all about. Please, Cloud Booster Academy, maybe can post one of those videos in the chat box. What is cloud computing? We have so many videos. You can watch a replay of our web. Okay, actually, that would be really good. You can watch a replay of our Cloud Booster live conference. Our first keynote speaker went into the details of what cloud is about and differentiating it from DevOps. Okay, so DevOps on the other hand, is a methodology. So DevOps on the other hand is a methodology, is a new way of thinking about delivering software. So previously, DevOps means development and operations team. Previously, development and operations teams used to work in silos. That means developers are doing their own thing, operations team are doing their own thing. The concept of DevOps is, let's have a new way of thinking where developers and operations team are working together right from the beginning of delivering about software, right from the beginning of when you're thinking about a software idea, a software like WhatsApp, a software like Instagram. We work together through the entire software development life cycle, and there are many tools that enable this. Again, please watch a replay of our live conference. Very, very extensive. We answered questions about cloud, about DevOps. Please help us put the replay in the chat box. Again, all your questions, please let it go to Slido. That's where I'm answering them from. Well, someone says I'm nervous. I'm nervous I won't understand the course as I'm currently in health and social. Trust me, this is how everybody feels about the training at the beginning. So you may want to check our website for testimonials as well. I just want to assure you that as long as you're ready, as long as you have made up your mind that this is what, I'll combine that with the second question that I just saw now. Do I need to have a background in technology to learn DevOps? The answer is no. Everybody that has gone through our academy, 90% of people did not study anything related to IT in the university. We have people who have studied English language. Like, this is not even, there's no sugarcoating. You would see their degrees. They studied English. People that have studied dentistry, completely different, economics, business and economics. The last what's it called now? The last webinar we did. I mean, you heard Sandra's story. Her background is from business. She studied business at university. Today, she's working as a solutions architect. So that's one of the things we pride ourselves pride ourselves in Cloud Booster. We have a methodology that takes you from zero to cloud DevOps, but you will put in the work. I don't sugarcoat it. It's going to stretch you. It's a brand new journey, but you have everything that you need. See, what you need when you're trying to go on a new journey, it's like a baby that you just gave birth to. You can't just leave a baby, hanging. Or maybe when somebody gets pregnant. In fact, baby is easier to describe. You can't just leave the person hanging. You can't just leave a child to cry and all of that. A child needs to be properly taken care of. That first year of a child's life is so important. You have to make sure that you're bathing the child well. You have to make sure that all the organs, you're not tampering with anything. The child cannot just be falling in your hand and all of that. But when the child begins to walk, yes, they can now do it by themselves. So that early day, the early days of your transition is so critical. And that's one thing that we've mastered at Cloud Booster. We have facilitators who would help you, because that's one thing that differentiates our training. And that's why it's an investment, because you would have facilitators that will be with you on that journey, because you want to give up. You want to give up on the way. But guess what? Because you have to come to class next Saturday. There's no giving up. You get up and you go. You have classmates, you have accountability partner, you have group members, so you have to get up and do it. So regardless of your background, I want to encourage you that you can do it. You can do. Yes, we give reference after you finish your training with us. And then we'll give our reference is true. So how you behave during the training, but yeah, you have our credibility to go on with, So my point is that we have mastered that first stage. So that's why we'll not just give you materials, go and read it. Do you know, we have videos from all our previous courses. We've done about 6 courses now. We can just say, oh, we want to train 1 million people. Let's just give them access to these materials. But you may not watch it. That's not what we want. We want you to come to class. We want to interact with you. We want to see you build that solution on the cloud. We want you to share in class. You will see us disturb it. We will tell you to share your screen. You have to show us what you're doing. It's not just going to be passive class that you sit down on Saturday, you're lying down on your bed, and then you're watching. You're not watching, you're engaging with what we're teaching you. So you have to engage with the knowledge. You have to engage what is being taught. That's how you will learn. So you learn cloud by doing cloud. So we are here to take you on that journey, and that's what we do at Cloud Booster. We would always divide you into small groups. Some people don't feel comfortable in a crowd like this. Some people, you will be timid. Oh my God, 30 people, I can't talk. Don't worry. In Cloud Booster, we will divide you into your group of 8 people. In a group of 8 people, you should be able to open up and talk. You have any questions, reach out. We have WhatsApp support. Monday to Friday, you're working on your assignment, because you need to put in time during the week. For those that have enrolled for a program, we'll tell you how many hours you need to put in on a weekly basis to make sure that you're keeping up with everything we're teaching. You have assignments to do. So all of these things are so important. We're going to track your attendance. There's a minimum amount of attendance that you need to have before you can graduate from the program. It's an investment. It's like you're going on a school, it's like a master's program that you're doing again. And you are sure that there are opportunities when you finish. So we've put systems in place to ensure that we continue to encourage you on the journey. Every now and then, there'll be webinars organized. You will hear from people. Everybody that comes to teach, there are people that also learn from scratch. You will see people that will judge your project presentations. There are people that learn from scratch as well. Some of them have graduated from our system. Some of them, they learned on the job and all of that, so they can relate. That empathy is there. I myself learned. I didn't do anything IT related. Like I always say, in fact, my lowest score in school was in programming. To think that I would ever be in IT today, it's really, really, it's something that still baffles me. So I hope that encourages you, and it's true. So what type of support will I receive if I'm struggling to understand it? Because I already covered that, so you will be supported. We have Wednesday drop-in sessions as well, so we have Wednesday drop-in sessions where you would, if you missed class or maybe you didn't understand some things, come and join us on the call to understand what your issues are. All of these things are things you can verify from people that have gone through our program. You will see, just Google Cloud Booster on LinkedIn, ping any random person, ask them what our training is about. They will tell you, but that's the truth. So that's the support that is there. But you have to be available. We cannot say there's drop-in session on Wednesday, you don't show up. That's not our fault. We've already put the drop-in session in place. We can't say there's class and you don't show up. We can't put you in a group and you don't show up. you have to engage the training, and I believe that everybody that is on the call today is really serious about putting in their best, and you get the best out of it. So does Cloud Booster give certifications? If yes, what kind of certification? Does tuition fee cover certification costs? Very, very good question. And I'll take it with somebody saying that is your training institution accredited, or it's only preparatory class for exams with accredited institutes. So we are actually a partner with AWS, where we have our status AWS part, where our organization is an AWS partner. So they've vetted us based on the number of people that are qualified within our organizations, kind of skills that we have, and all of that. So we have that. However, we and also internally we have our systems of accrediting you, if I can use that word, because we will give you a certificate of either attendance or completion. Attendance means that you just came, you didn't take the program seriously. Completion means that you've gone through everything and will write all the modules that you went through. Then we now prepare you for the global AWS Solutions Architect exam. That is not set by us. And it's a beautiful thing, because the good thing is, if we've done the work and you have done the work as well, and you've learned all the modules you were supposed to learn and all of that, you go ahead and pass your certification. It's not limited to who knows Cloud Booster. It's a global certification. So you're accredited with AWS, and which is a large organization. You get your AWS Solutions Architect associate certification, and then you go ahead and begin to apply for jobs. But we will give you our certificate of completion as well, which you can take to your recruiters. Our credibility is there. Yeah, so talking about whether we sponsor your exam, yes, that's another beautiful thing about your training with us at Cloud Booster. We pay for your exam as well, so it's part of the package. So for those of you that have signed up already, automatically you get your exam voucher. It is part of, so you don't need to start thinking about, exam fees, cost, and all of that. It is part of the package. It's really a good package, guys, trust me. And then I hope you're aware of our Valentine's offer. Some of us are still in Valentine's spirit, so 5% off if you pay, if you do your one-time payment. If you pay all your tuition before resumption, then you get 5% off the training. So I'm going to the next question. Please make sure your questions are in Slido, because I'm taking you one after the other so we don't miss it. How would a lawyer with set qualifications from Nigeria transition to remote tech job? What other remote job is available for a lawyer? So are you asking for law jobs or tech jobs? I think you're asking for tech job, and it still applies to, everything that we say at Cloud Booster, So as long as you have the right skill sets, you've gone through our training, you've done your certification exam, you've worked on your CV, you've done everything we've asked you to do, you've taken the training seriously, you have the skills, then you apply for jobs as normal. There are opportunities that these days, there's so many multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary opportunities, such that even if you have studied law, you would somehow can find an intersection between it and tech. For example, we have someone who was a dentist who went through Cloud Booster. She works in NHS now, which is a medical system here in the UK. She's not using a dentist qualification, but then as a tech professional who has a background in dentistry, that it plays differently in how she shows up in her job. So that applies to law as well. So you may eventually evolve to find out that, there are things around tech governance. That's something that people in law do a lot. There's a lot around tech governance these days. In fact, day one, I'm looking forward to teaching our first class already for our students. 24th of February, we'll be talking about compliance laws in tech. You'll be surprised about how, the government plays a huge role in what we're able to do in technology or not. As much as we're building solutions on the cloud, there are cases where there are restrictions. A federal law can ban you from doing that. So there are intersections, but you would need to learn tech skills anyway to practice as a tech professional. And when you're good, you start applying for opportunities. There are many remote opportunities that you can access this day. I hope that helps. Can I set up a payment plan for the course fee? Of course, yes, there is a payment plan that you can use. Again, please let's put the link to reach out to our program advisor. So yeah, we have 1-time payment, 2-time payment, we have 3-time payment. People are asking how much is tuition fees. Just £3,000. We're still on our 50% discount. This is a cost that is worth £6,000 or even more. And we are very confident of the worth of our costs. Putting together the quality of instructors that we have at Cloud Booster, the level of support that you get, quality materials. Your AWS voucher is included. You have, your exam fee is paid off already. All of these things, it's a full, complete package. We know what it takes to move you from where you are to where you need to be. So we factored all that into our program. We don't want to start saying, oh, do you want this support? I pay this cheaper amount and all of that. This is value for your money. You can ask. It is equivalent to a UK master's degree, 100%. I can assure you of that. I've done a UK master's degree. The level of intensity, that's what we bring to you. Lecturers all across the globe. We have lecturers from Canada, from US, from UK. Those are the people that will be teaching you. People that are practicing cloud DevOps professional. There's no bobo there. As the lecturers are teaching you, you'll go to LinkedIn to check their profile, to see the kind of organizations they are working in and the kind of things that they are doing. These are the people that you have access to every week. Ask them any question. Literally what they are doing at work is what they are going to be telling. I mean, currently, I have my 9 to 5, like I'm saying. Recently I did a cloud migration project at work. Even when I'm teaching on Saturday, on 24th of February, I'm going to be talking about some things I've been doing at work. Like, it's real time. We're doing the work and we're coming to teach you on Saturday. I mean, come on. It's a lot of value, guys. And that's it. So it's so yeah, we're still on 50% discount. Instead of £6,000, you're only giving you're paying £3,000. And we always say it's that in the UK, there's nobody that has finished the Cloud Booster that has earned a salary of anything less than 38,000. Average of 40 to 45,000 pounds is what you would start earning. So to put in an investment of 3,000 to get 40k, 45k, your investment is just one. So once you finish with us, the organization that will be training you, you'll see how you become a big person. You'll be rolling in pounds, but you have to sow a seed. The seed you are sowing is to do a proper quality training that can get you to where you want to be. Please don't forget, we're not taking voiceover questions. All your questions need to go through Slido. So, what's the difference between SRE and DevOps engineer? This is a question that we've answered a number of times as well. Please watch the replay. Please, can we put the replay of our Cloud DevOps conference? It was something we spoke about, but they're similar. The skills that you need for those roles are similar: site reliability engineer and DevOps engineer. So I will leave it as that. Is your training institution accredited? Okay, it is. I've answered that question already. Is the training starting from scratch? Yes, it is. Which cloud platform are you focusing on? I always love this question. We focus on AWS. I personally really enjoy building solutions on AWS. But the good thing is, we teach you what cloud computing is all about. We teach you what DevOps is all about. If you were part of our conference as well, we kept on talking about these days, organizations are very tools agnostic, which means that what organizations are looking for is, does this person understand what cloud computing is? If you understand what cloud computing is and you learn it with one cloud platform, you can transfer that same knowledge to other cloud platforms. We've seen this happen so many times. We talked about it during the conference as well. So for example, we have people who finish with us at AWM at training. All we taught them was AWS, but we taught them cloud computing. And by the time they're about to get a job, the organization is using Microsoft Azure. But recruiters know that it's not about the cloud platform. If this person is able to get their AWS certification, they can do it for Microsoft Azure as well. Shola shared the story during one of the breakout sessions during the Cloud DevOps conference as well. So the person, he was talking about the fact that he wanted to get a job with AWS, Amazon, and he went ahead and did so many Microsoft Azure certifications. He did like 4, no AWS certification. Guess what? Amazon hired him because it's literally around understand. If this person understands storage on the cloud is the same thing, but AWS will call it S3 buckets. Google Cloud will call it another name. Microsoft Azure will call it another name. EC2 instance, for example, your virtual computers, AWS calls it EC2 instance, right? Microsoft Azure will call it virtual machine. Google Cloud will call it something else. But all of these things is still building computer on the cloud. They're all doing the same thing. So don't worry too much about, which cloud platform, and all of that. We teach AWS because AWS has the largest market share at the moment. They are the first that went into this, and they have more services than every other one. But the truth is, all the other ones are trying to catch up very fast as well. So everybody's on their toes. So organizations are very so these days organizations even do multi-cloud. So they do, they combine, they do mix and match. When you want to buy different goodies. Anyway, let me not even get into that. But anyways, they do mix and match. So they were like, what, see, when it comes to storage, Microsoft Azure is good for us. So they'll use Microsoft Azure for storage. But like when it comes to computing, let's just use AWS. So they usually combine it. That's what we call hybrid cloud. We'll talk about it on Saturday. So I'm actually really looking forward to teaching students on 24. Gosh, these are the things we're going to be talking about more in depth, So anyways, so yeah, we teach AWS and it doesn't limit you. That's the summary of my answer to that. If I'm answering your questions that you feel like I've not covered, I've not answered it properly, feel free to ask again, please. Someone is saying, do I need to have a background or know-how in technology as it requires? I've already answered that. The answer is no. How much is the training? It is the value of our training is £6,000, but we're offering it for you at 50% discount. So you're paying £3,000. And if you do one-time payment, you are going to pay £2,850. How long is the course? How much are the fees? What are the payment terms? Yeah, good question around the terms. But yeah, the program is 18 weeks. Can we have the flyer for the program? Maybe if someone can please send us the flyer. Thank you. So you can see all the links in the chat, but let me see if I can get the flyer that just shows our curriculum. But yeah, it's 18 weeks. I've shared it a number of times. 18 weeks program. It's £3,000 basically, an additional discount if you do. So payment terms is that you have to pay. If you opt for installment payments, installment is an option because we want to help people as much as possible. Sometimes it's easier to pay in part. So, but you have to pay by the deadline we have set. So otherwise we give you some grace, even though, these days you really want to help, but unfortunately, people can try to take advantage. Don't worry, it's not anybody on this call I'm referring to, but sometimes people can try to take advantage of generosity and all of that. So we have to be very strict, So usually we give you some grace, but once you've passed that level of grace, you would not have access to us anymore if you don't complete your payment. So we give you a contract to sign up front because yeah, so that's how it works. Just make sure that you comply with the deadlines. We don't like to see our students go. We don't like to see our students drop off halfway. It's always, once you've started, there's a reason you started. Just stay, just be with us till the end, So that's what we want. So okay, let me move on to the next question. Someone is saying, okay, I think I've answered. I know we have to present our CV in a certain way to attract recruiters, especially in the UK. Do you help us to create winning CVs? Yes, we give you the information that you need. Of course, we're not going to create your CV for you. It's part of your work, but everything you need to create a winning CV, we will give you. We will give you LinkedIn as well. You can ask. I can see some of our students. Shout out to some of our students on the call. It's really good to see you guys, by the way. So yeah, we actually have a day that is dedicated to what we call it a job readiness day. So that day is just, we're not teaching anything AWS on that day. The day is just okay. After I have learned all these things that people are talking about, how do I make money out of it? That's what that day is dedicated for. So we have different facilitators. They will share with you from their experience how they put together their CV, how they put together their LinkedIn profile, so that you can do something similar and then you are able to access those job opportunities. Amazing. So please, I hope that you are getting convinced that this is the next step for you. If you're on the call today, I know that you've probably been following us for a while, you have all these questions in your minds, and I hope that we're answering. If I'm not answering, please feel free to ask again, but just take that leap of faith. Honestly, take that step. Take that step. There's no way you are going to move to the next level. Okay, please confirm. It seems people are unable to hear me. Oh, thank you. So we have the flyer right there. Yes, exactly. So I will share my screen as well so that you can see it clearly. But this is our flyer. Please, can you confirm? Is it true you can't hear me? I don't know if it's everyone that cannot hear me. Okay, some people are saying they can hear me. Okay, please, can you kindly check your audio if you can't hear me? So this is it, right? I think I'll try and if we can get the Canva, please, if someone can just send me the Canva link so that I can also share the details. But this is the summary, so you go from being a tech newbie into a tech expert. It's 100% virtual, 18 weeks live classes, comprehensive cloud and DevOps models. The program begins in January. So that's it. That's a summary. I will try and yeah, I will project the more comprehensive one in a few minutes so that you can see. But yeah, like I was saying before, I know that some of you are still like, hey God, you know what, I just don't know. You have all these doubts. See, you have to do it afraid. You have to do it afraid. Everybody that's taking that leap of faith, that has decided to change their lives. Okay, some people are still saying volume. Okay, I'll just stay close to my this thing. So everybody that has changed their life, that has experienced a drastic transformation, you want to move your life to the next level, you want to 10x your income, and all of that, it's not just going to be handed to you like that. You have to give something. You're going to give your resource, you're going to give your energy, you're going to give your time. Please. Okay, I think people cannot actually hear me. I'm not sure why. It seems like people cannot hear me. It seems like people cannot hear me. So I'll try and just stay closer to my mic. But yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is that, please, can you hear me now? Okay, some people can hear. Okay, I'm getting conflicting information. Okay, some people can hear, some cannot hear. Please, if you cannot hear, please, can you try to check? Okay, people that could not hear before can hear. Okay, thank you. All right. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is that what I'm just trying to say is that you have to take a bold step. You have to take a bold step. You have to take a bold step if you are going to move to the next level. You want to increase your income. What are you willing to give for that result? That's the question for you. You don't want 2024 to go by and we're still on this case of, I don't know whether this is what I want to do or not. The good thing about entering into this kind of system is that even if you enter with half mind of, hey, your life will have moved forward by 18 weeks because it is a standard. You cannot be the same person again. So imagine the potential of now being able to get a job. Imagine if you don't know anything about cloud. You came into 2024, no knowledge of cloud whatsoever. No knowledge of cloud whatsoever. And you just enter into the year, you've heard about CloudBooster. Some of you are probably even just hearing about this for the first time, but you've been thinking, what is the next thing for me? I was so touched when somebody said to a person, I said that, that she literally connected with us because she had a dream that, that she should learn cloud. I'm telling you, I know that some people will be like, oh, that's really creepy and all of that. But I mean, how does direction come? But my point is that you're probably thinking, you know what? You don't want to end this year the same way you started the year. You could potentially 10x your income before the end of this year. You've been out of job for many years. You could potentially get a job. We have people that have been they've not been, whether because life happened or motherhood or whatnot, they've not worked for many years. did our training, they entered back into the job market. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to make that decision. You have to make up your mind. And we're going to put the links in the chat box for you to communicate. Just speak to our program directors. We still have our early bird discounts. We've extended it again up until 17th of February. Make that decision. Make that decision. Take that bold step. Take that leap. Invest in yourself. You will be glad that you did. So that's my word for you. So then let me quickly go back to the questions. So someone is saying, do you support students even after they have landed jobs? Yes, we do. We have a vibrant alumni community where people come in and still share. Someone that was working recently was asking a question on the alumni community. I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing here. So yes, even after your job, you have access to us. The WhatsApp groups remain there. You have access to your accountability partners, to the group members. Feel free to go there, drop your questions. That's the whole idea, because we want you to succeed. I mean, that's why we're here. We want you to succeed. We're not just doing training, just do training. We want to get into your business, because you must succeed. And that's what we're here for. So yes, you have access to us after you have even landed jobs. Can you give a breakdown of how many hours one would need to put in on a weekly basis and weekend basis? This is to know if it can be combined with work. That one, 100%. Everybody, I can say it's, in fact, 95% of enrollment in Cloud Booster are people that are working. So our program is designed for you. That is a busy person that has a 9 to 5. So you don't even need to worry about that, but you just need to be ready to put in the effort. And I'm sorry, but there's really no excuse. I have a 9 to 5 job. I'm still here. I literally finished my meeting today, 5:30. And 6 o'clock, I had to join this call because I have responsibilities to Cloud Booster. I have deliverables. I'm going to run a workshop tomorrow, all-day workshop tomorrow. I still have my Cloud Booster responsibilities. I still have my personal preparing for my next AWS Solutions Architect. I still need to study. The journey is never ending. If you're going to get the result, you have to put in the work. So for you, the hours you need to put in, no, but you can't tell me you can't find it. I'm sorry, you can't, because it's either you choose to wake up early in the morning, you can study between 5 to 8, and you do your work from 8 a.m. Even if you're going to the office, yes, on the way, during traffic, you're stuck in traffic, our learning platform has an app. You can be playing it and be listening. After work, you rest for 1 hour, put in 2 hours of study, go and watch Netflix. And there's no excuse. I'm sorry. There is no excuse. People that work with me, they know that when it comes to this kind of things, I don't even joke. You can't tell me that you can't make out the time. Yes, I'm speaking to that busy 9 to 5 professional that has a demanding job. It may mean for you that you need to wake up very early. That's why we don't have classes on Sunday. So you have your rest day. But you see, all those weekdays, Monday to Friday, 2 hours early, wake up, 5 a.m. There's a book called 5 a.m. Club. 5 to 7, you study. Or you can choose 6 to 8. 2 hours consistently, Mondays to Friday. You can even play throughout Sunday. Come to class on Saturday. Leave Mondays, just 2 hours every day. Minimum. I'm telling you minimum now. If you put in 2 hours minimum, Monday to Friday, in addition to, yes, your demanding job, yes, and you still come to class on Saturday, you're resting on Sunday. You will learn what you need to learn. You will gain the skills, you will do your exam, and you will move to the next level. So please, I hope that answers your question. You can do it. Yes, that busy professional can do it. And I'm a living testament. Many people are living testaments. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. We're all pulling our weights because we want to get the best out of life. We're not going to just come and live below our potential. No, we are not going to do that. We're going to explore our minds. We're going to live our maximum potential, and we're going to earn as much as possible. Why can't you start earning 6 figures in pounds in the next 4 years? Why not? Why not? The journey starts today. The journey starts today. Some of you have seen screenshots. Those are the kind of offers that come my way every now and then. Those are the kind of offers. And it's not just about baby. It's not about me. I always make it clear. It's for anybody. That is very easy, because this same country, I mean the UK, this same country I was in 5 years ago, I was looking for a job, I was getting rejection. But today, jobs are coming. Is because the skills. Initially I thought I'm black, I'm a woman, they cannot pronounce my name. I thought that was the problem. The same name that they could not pronounce. Now, when they are looking for a cloud DevOps engineer, they can pronounce it, because every organization is looking for someone that can solve their problem. So why can't that be you? Why can't you be earning 6 figures in pounds in the next 5 years? But if you don't make that decision now, how are you going to get there? In fact, 5 years time will still come. It will still come. Time will pass. We're getting older. Some of us, we were looking at our age. We're even, when did I clock this age? My last age, I said me. Me that I was 21 yesterday. Life is moving on. So you have to make sure that you are doing the best with your time. Programs like this will shift you. There's no way. You can't escape it. It will. So let me not digress too much. Let me make sure. Okay, I think I've covered most of the questions. So my question is about job experience. How do I pull my CV together after the program or position myself for a job? We covered that already. There's a session in Cloud Booster that is dedicated to that. Some of the recruiters are looking for experienced professional. How do we build experience and newbies? That's what we do at Cloud Booster. We take you on a journey where you're learning from scratch, and then we're exposed to a lot of projects. So by the time you finish with us at Cloud Booster, you already have about 5 or 6 months worth of experience. So you're not even a newbie anymore. Now, what we now encourage people to do is your post-Cloud Booster experience. You must continue to work on projects. You must continue to. So as you continue to work on projects, life projects, you are preparing for your certification. So imagine 1 year after your start day with us at Cloud Booster, you can't call yourself a newbie anymore, because now you have 1 year worth of time. Even if you are making mistakes, you will have learned from your mistakes. So you now have 1 year worth of experience. You put it together, and then you can start applying. So of course, I mean, some organizations are willing to take 6 months experience. We have people who have gotten jobs 6 months before they finish that. Someone like Tosin, first cohort, before she finished her training with us, she already had a job. So 4 months into the program, some people will get their job. 8 months, some other people will get there. Some people's zone is 1 year. It depends on how much you're willing to put, many factors. But the truth is, that's why you're with us at Cloud Booster. So that's what would happen. You gain experience, so you have to start today. To become an experienced professional, you have to start from somewhere. You can't jump and become an experienced. You start from newbie, you start from a training like this that transitions you. And then you now start building up on that. So you become experienced, and then, so of course, yes, there are people looking for experienced hires, but this is still your starting point. Please check the Zoom chat for my motivation to the lawyer. Too long for Slido. Thank you for that. And I hope the lawyer is motivated. This person is saying, for the lawyer asking if they can switch to tech, here is the little motivation for you. Switching from law to tech seems daunting, but as a former lawyer, oh, wow, thank you for sharing your experience, Smith. As a former lawyer who became a senior AWS solutions architect in the UK, I can attest to the rewarding journey. Thank you. The critical thinking and problem-solving skills from law are invaluable in tech. If you are considering this path, know that it is a leap worth taking. Thank you so much, Smith. Please feel free. I hope, Smith, this person can get into your DM. If you don't mind, if you guys can connect on LinkedIn as well, that's the beautiful thing about what we do here as well, because you get to connect with like-minded people who can encourage you on the journey. So thank you so much, Smith, for sharing that, and I hope that answers your question. Okay, so so yes, we've put all the links. Where are we going to see a project after class? So we have Cloud Booster, we have our Cloud Booster Alumni DevOps Drive initiative. It is so beautiful to see these things come to life, because so we would grant you access to projects. Just stick with us. Want you to stick with us. We'll give you access to projects. It's powerfully being driven by our technical director. Toby is on the call, AK, powerfully driving that initiative. So we still, I mean, when you come, you find out more about the perks. But anyway, I can even share. I mean, we still connect. Especially this year, we recently started reconnecting back to our alumni. Every 2 weeks, just have a session with them to ensure that they are progressing on their project. So, and that has been a useful initiative. And that's the thing about Cloud Booster. Every cohort is always different from the last cohort. So we keep adding new things into the program that will help our students. We too are learning on the go. We're putting in more and more. As we're seeing changes in the industry, we're putting it back into the system, to ensure that we are delivering our very, very best for you. So yeah, let me just quickly share the brochure. That's all the questions. That's all the questions, guys. Do you have any more questions? Still have 10 minutes. Don't worry, I'm the one on the hot seat, so any questions you have, because sometimes you have all these webinars and you're rushing, so maybe we may have. Oh yes, I saw a question on academia. Please, why didn't you put it in the Slido? And I know you've asked me as well. So it depends on what aspect of academia you're talking about. It's similar to every other field. We have people who have been in academia for many years who decided to actually transition into tech. So you can choose that, moving on from academia, you can teach cloud computing courses as well. I mean, Cloud Booster is an example of using cloud computing in the academic world, because that's what we're doing. You can decide to be a tutor. I've actually gotten some job offers that is just, cloud DevOps instructor, so teaching either in an organization. If it's university system that you're in, of course, you have to find yourself within faculties that are related to technology and all of that. You can help them build their curriculum, because a lot of universities, even in the UK, are still a bit behind, okay, so you're transitioning, exactly. Okay, you've been in academia. So are you asking, please, let's put a link to the brochure in the chat box, please, for the person asking for the brochure. And I'm also trying to find the brochure. So please, the academia question, please kindly just clarify if you're asking if you can transition as somebody in the academia, or you're asking how it's relevant in academia. While I'm waiting for clarification on that question, so this is what we have to offer. So you have 4 months of intense training with us, classroom and practical. So you come with us, you're with us every single week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. You get to build strong technical skills with hands-on experience architecting on the cloud. You have access to our fully guided labs. You learn all the latest technologies in cloud DevOps, Amazon Web Services, Linux, Python, Git, Jenkins, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible. Some of you may be wondering, I've never heard these words before. Some of you, I think everyone has heard Python, for example. Maybe you even try to learn Python, or you're like, oh, this thing is so complicated. We teach you from scratch. We don't expect you to have any knowledge. So, you don't need to know what all these words are. We'll teach you from scratch, and then we'll give you projects that will build your knowledge. You have engaging class lectures covering all modules to get you started as a cloud DevOps engineer. We give you soft skills coaching as well to help you excel on your job. You have interactions with industry leaders in the cloud computing and DevOps skills, either from them being the ones teaching you, or you having access to them during webinar sessions. We have some webinars that are strictly in-house just for our students. You have access to Cloud Booster community. You continue to network with bright minds. We have career support services, which is reviewing your CV, LinkedIn profile upgrade sessions, interview preparation sessions. And then we give you preparation materials for your AWS Solutions Architect exam. And then in this cohort, we are giving you a free AWS Solutions Architect voucher as well. That needs to be added to this brochure. So, so you are going to, your exam is already paid for as part of your tuition. So that's a big one for this set. So these are all technologies you will not just learn, you will use. People come to us and be like, see, I've tried Udemy course. Let me just do this training. Some people will say, you know what, I went to enroll for 1 theory training, but it's just theory. See, I'm coming to Cloud Booster, and they get the result out of it. So again, instead of £6,000, if you pay before 17th of February, you have the next 48 hours to make a decision. You are only going to be paying £3,000. That will be your investment. So I'll keep this here while I take the question on academia. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. How is cloud computing useful in the academic line? I mean, can someone who is aspiring to be in academia? Can someone who is aspiring to be in academia, how can the person use the knowledge in academic research? Oh, okay, in academic research, yeah. Number one, I'll say you have to be in the field of IT in your academic research. There's a lot to do, and it's still the same answer I gave about cloud. What Cloud Booster is doing is we're applying the knowledge of cloud computing and DevOps in the academic space. You can start your own academy. You can start teaching people. That's what we do here. Everything we teach you at Cloud Booster, I say it, we developed our materials from scratch. It's not any, you can't find it anywhere unless it was copied. I'm sorry to say, sorry to sound this way, but trust me, we developed it from scratch. Let me give you an example. Look at this. This is our hands-on lab in Cloud Booster. This is our hands-on lab in Cloud Booster. We give you, for every concept that you learn, we give you this, what we call labs. So it has step-by-step guide on how you're going to build a solution on the cloud based on that knowledge that you just learned. Look at this. This was built by us. We'll go into AWS, we'll create the screenshots, we'll add it to you. All of these tables, they are bespoke. We created it ourselves in-house. So that's what we've been doing at Cloud Booster Academy, so doing a lot of research, building a curriculum that can turn people into cloud DevOps. So you can do that on your own as an independent instructor. You can do that within the context of an academic environment as well, being a teacher in IT, a lecturer, in technology departments. You can choose to create, because it's new. So there are some universities that don't even offer it. So that can be your contribution to that university, but you have to see. I would encourage that if you are really passionate about academia, please, 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 and please get some industry experience first. I'm sure many of us can bear witness to the fact that while we're at uni, I've schooled in Nigeria, I've schooled in the UK. Many of us can bear witness to the fact that lecturers who have experience in the industry, they teach differently. So you don't want to just go put some resources here and there, and then you now start doing academia. You bring a lot of value to your students in the academic line when you can talk from experience. That's what is missing in some continents, and that's what some of us painfully went through. When you have teachers that are teaching you theory and you ask them questions, they get angry because they've not done it before in the industry. So I would encourage, so this is still your starting point. You still need to learn, work in the industry, and then you can choose to go into the academia. So I hope I've answered that question. When is the next set after February? And that's another thing that is very important. The next set is in June. So please, you don't want to wait. Imagine just waiting for the first half of the year to just roll over, and then you don't make a decision. By that June, there are some people want to start. You will have done, some of you will have done your AWS certification. Imagine, and as of February that was speaking, you didn't know anything about cloud. That's the beauty of our program. So get in touch with us. That brings us to the end of our session today. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so happy that I'm not leaving with unanswered questions. I hope I'm not. We've answered all the questions. So please get in touch with our program advisors. Reach out to us. We want to help you. We have, we're confident that we have what it takes. We've tested and tried our method, and it has worked. So is a partnership. We're on this journey together. We will do our part. We want you to do your part as well. So sign up, invest in yourself. You only need a minimum of £1,000 to sign up, actually, based on our installment plan. So even if it's £1,000 that you can gather between now and 17th, put in the work. Put in the effort. Reach out to us. We want to help you. We're here to support you. Imagine the joy. Oh my God. Some of you, before the end of this year, Ayotunde, yes, see you in class. Yes, Ayotunde, I saw that you've enrolled already, and we can't wait to see you. I'll see you on Saturday, next week Saturday, in our Intro to Cloud Computing course, in class. So please reach out to us. Sign up. We're here for you. The whole passion and heart behind Cloud Booster is to empower people. There's no joy in saying, oh, I'm getting 10 recruiters every week. I want you to get those recruiters as well. So please reach out to us at Cloud Booster. Let us help you transition into tech. Till we meet again, thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.